3 Stories of Betrayal by Husbands. Episode 2, Oleg and Alina. Since childhood my love for drawing grew into my main craft of life. Now in my 43 years, when I am a successful interior designer with a certain irony, I have to remember my youth. I had no father, my mother was constantly drinking, and I tried to leave home after school, having done my homework hastily. After some time my mother burned from alcohol, and since I had no one else, my upbringing was taken up by the state. Probably, it is even better than if I also became an alcoholic or a drug addict in time. Discipline and collective in the boarding school hardened me. I grew up, and the main thing was to study all the time. I entered the architectural school from the first time, having passed the competition and received a tiny, but still my own, scholarship. That's when I met my wife Alina. I was having a rest with my university mates in a cafe, and I was attracted by a beautiful girl sitting near the bar with her friend. At that time it seemed to me that they were discussing something passionately. I approached them and introduced myself, and after 6 months of passionate and beautiful relationship, we got married. Alina, my wife, is a desperate journalist of one of the famous TV channels. If somewhere suddenly a meteorite fell or found a landing place for aliens, my wife would pack up and fly off to make a report. The race for sensation for her, as it did not seem, was always in the first place. Because of this, and we also had no children. I did not burden, did not strain, and tried to understand everything, let her go and trusted her. I knew that she will come back to me, that she loves only me, and she needs that drive and adrenaline from the work she is busy with. Only in one of such periods, when Alina left for another sensation, and there was that fateful meeting. Meeting and acquaintance with this woman, to this day, stirs my thoughts and does not give peace of mind. I will not call her by name, I will only say that she completely plunges with me into creativity. She is my partner in the project, and when we create with her, there is some inexplicable merger into one whole. Well, and later there was a physical merger that took us to the 7th heaven. Now I'm faced with a choice I can't make. I love my wife and I can't help but think about my partner in the project. Most likely I will have to make some decision, but I will say this: if Alina in my thoughts and life path was next to me, it is unlikely that such a situation would have happened, because I love her very much. Let those women, who will read my story later, think about it. Dear friends, it is not in my rules to argue with those who give me their frank interviews, but personally my opinion is this: Stanislav is a creative person, and sooner or later some muse would have brought him into the sea of dreams and fantasies. He just didn't need to get married. Nevertheless, these are stories from life, and you, my dear readers, should draw conclusions.